What's up, everyone? Welcome to the We Are ND Nation podcast, season 6, episode 7. I'm Evan J. Thomas. With me always is Dennis Stover. And on this episode, we recap Notre Dame's 56-13 demolition victory over the Arkansas Razorbacks. CJ Carr and the Irish offense connecting on all cylinders. We have other games that we're going to talk about on who we want to see. And we got our Boise State game predictions for this Saturday. But we would like to bring back a special guest, our favorite guest, author and distinguished Notre Dame alum, the one and only Lisa Kelly. What's up, Lisa?
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
I swear it's a one-time-a-year thing. We got to have you on at least.
Got to. She
I
brings
love
the
it.
most knowledge. She
How
makes
have you
us two
been?
idiots look good.
Yeah, exactly. She makes us look good. So you were at the game this past Saturday at the Arkansas game. How was your
I
weekend? And
was.
tell us about how everything went. I told you not even 5 minutes.
I know. The weekend was awesome. We were kind of a house divided because I went to Notre Dame and my daughter went to Arkansas. So the alumni club in Arkansas had an awesome tailgate party Friday night because with an 11 a.m. start, it was really hard to actually tailgate on Saturday. And they had little Holtz. Yeah, they had Holtz there Friday night. So it was an incredible evening. They did one of the guys who was involved with the event did a video where they had a bunch of players get on and talk about Holtz and their memories and kind of what he did in their lives. And that was really cool. And the club raised over $50,000 for their scholarship fund, which was
Ooh, wow.
unheard of for those kind of events. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Fantastic.
And for the game, how did you enjoy the game this past week?
I mean, I enjoyed the game. My daughter was not a happy camper. But I mean, if I was in her shoes, I probably wouldn't have been a good loser either. So, I get it. We're very competitive. So,
And with your books and everything that you've been doing, what have you been doing lately in terms of, your writing and all your traveling and whatnot? What's going on with you with that?
yeah, I mean, I'm still working on a book that's just taken me a little longer than I had hoped. But, my goal is to have the next book out probably spring of 27. So, probably not for next fall.
What's the
But
topic
just
of
my
that book?
daughter. It's going to be Notre Dame baseball. So
Oh,
I've
that's
got 14 interviews done. I just kind of need to wrap it up and do some editing. But my daughter got married this year, so we've been a little busy.
congrats.
Congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
you are going to have like Pat Murphy and Council and Samarja, right, in the book?
I've got Pat and Craig Council so far. Trying to get to Samarja is like impossible. So I think I'm going to have to call a favor into Brady Quinn and
There you go. Hey,
because
when you
I
got
think that's how you get to him. Yeah.
exactly. So let's get into this game. Dennis,
Uh,
how what were your thoughts on watching this 56 to
sorry, I was
13 blowout?
It was good. I mean, I was a little, as I text you within the first couple minutes of the game starting, they led up that big pass over the middle, and I was like, this kid's going to throw for 500 yards today because obviously at that time our pass defense was 130th in the country. I mean, it's very lacking. But we had Adon Schuler back, and Devonta
Smith.
Smith was in on the nickel. So they stepped up. I mean, let's face facts. They what did they? They missed 2 field goals, or they
Yeah, you're cutting out now, so you might want to kind of check that out. As Dennis
right.
is off for the moment, we'll bring him back on here shortly. Let's bring Lisa. What did you see of this game? Obviously, I have on here Irish tallied 641 total yards of offense, most since 2017. I mean, what a domination performance in that first half. At least that's to start with.
For sure. I mean, I feel like Carr is really kind of getting into his own. I mean, we had a pretty good idea that he was very talented, but now we're really seeing the talent. And I mean, the talent in the wide receiving core and the running back core, he has so many weapons. I mean, I don't know how we don't run the table with our offense. I mean, the defense needs to figure it out. But I mean, even if we're just beating people because we're outscoring them, I still don't see how we don't run the table.
And Dennis is back. So we were just talking about.
See, like a pit crew. Did you see that? That was impressive. No.
I saw that pop up. You came on. So we were just talking. Lisa was saying how she sees how Notre Dame can actually run the table. So if you want
Well, I mean, I don't think that's, I mean, it's saying something, sure, but it's not saying that much. Spoiled children just lost to Illinois, and Muppet Riley, that guy kills me. He's such he's not a good coach. The guy, they cried about the kickoff being at 11 because it's 9 on the California time. But gee, last I checked, you're the one who left the Pac-12 for the Big Ten that spans 4 time zones. So stop with this Crimea River, woe is me. It's ridiculous. Again, that's why I will no longer call him Lincoln Riley. He is a Muppet to me, Muppet Riley. He's just like, hello. So, I mean, I wish they would be ranked, but I don't think it matters if anybody's ranked or not, because Notre Dame, a lot has to happen. Everybody's jumping on the Bama bandwagon again. They're the greatest thing since sliced bread. You know, last I checked, they beat #1 Georgia last year, and then the following week lost to Vanderbilt. I'm not saying they're going to lose to Vanderbilt this week, but it's just like there's still a lot of football left, and the SEC always cannibalizes itself from. I mean, like just these cats are ludicrous, and I hope Paul Feinbaum does leave and run for the Senate.
I saw that. But before you clicked off, you were talking about the game and the offense, and
so the defense, you know, they were giving up yards and stuff, but they made adjustments, and you know, you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, I was ready to call in for, you know, you don't want anybody to lose their job, but just the regression that the defense had in 3 games, it was awful. It really was not good. With that being said, got to give them credit. They made adjustments, and they held them to 13 points. And, you know, they gave up a couple big plays, but they kept the score down, and they didn't give up ridiculous yardage. So yeah, I'll give them credit. You know, Mike Mickens got back in there. I hope whatever happened at halftime of that Purdue game and Freeman going in on him, something that changed, because they have adjusted. And I think somebody put it out there earlier as I was watching the shows that in 6 quarters, Notre Dame's only allowed like 20 points or something like that. When we're giving up so many. So I'll give them credit. You know, it's still a long way to go. For some reason, Notre Dame gets up for road games, but they just, I don't know what it is about playing in Notre Dame Stadium why they don't, you know, it should be locked down and shut down, but you can't let Purdue score 30 points. And everybody was saying, oh, the offense, CJ Carr, wow, is he exciting or what? I mean, this guy, how awesome is it to have? And I think it's even more awesome that the fact that he's Lloyd Carr's grandson, and you know, the skunk bear should have had him, but here we are. Price and Love, hello. The line got better. I think it was like 9 different receivers caught passes, something like that. So Mike Denbrock and CJ Carr are a very special pair, and I'm very happy to see that coming together now. And you know, they were saying, oh, Arkansas's defense, and not a lot of credit for Notre Dame, because yes, their defense is bad. But with that being said, they, you know, I think they scored 38 points on Ole Miss, and everybody's jumping on the Ole Miss bandwagon now. So,
I mean, Arkansas wasn't a bad team, you know,
correct.
And at home, you never know what you're going to get from Arkansas.
Right.
It's just you know, their confidence fell pretty fast.
They made them quit, Lisa. They quit before halftime. That whole stadium quit. The team quit.
I will say most students always leave at half, though.
Do they?
Oh, they do?
Yeah, that's their thing. They leave at half. So that wasn't a Notre Dame thing. That's
okay.
Actually picked Arkansas to win last week just because, you know, he had
their defense hasn't shown. Come on, let's face facts. Oh, you're not. I hope you're not being the ultimate homer again and like.
No, because I said it was going to be 38-35. So
the defense still got some work to do. Let's face facts.
They do, yeah.
They definitely do. One thing you mentioned, Carr hit 8 wide receivers.
8.
on the game, which is amazing. You had Faison with 105 yards receiving and a touchdown. Malachi Fields with 78 yards. Just unreal stats from a dude in his 4th career game at Notre Dame. I mean, is he going to be able to put up numbers like Brady? We'll see. We don't know.
He's going to put it right now. They've got him pegged for 30 touchdowns. Brady, I don't think ever threw for 30 touchdowns in a season, did he?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I'd have to look it up, but I don't have it in front of me. But I mean, they're putting up offensive numbers. Here's another fun stat. This is the first time they've gone the span of 2 games. The last time they punted was, I think, 3rd quarter of the A&M game. The last time they went 2 games in a row without a punt was in the 70s, I believe. So that's awesome.
Wow.
Not even the Charlie Weiss offenses and all that jazz.
Well, when you can go 6 for 6 on your first 6 possessions.
And then he comes out of the halftime and runs the fake punt. Get him.
That had to have been demoralizing for fans. So speaking of something Dennis mentioned earlier, Lisa, I wanted to get your take on this. Do you see a big difference with the Notre Dame home crowd compared to when Notre Dame's away? Do you see a different vibe?
I think typically Notre Dame travels really well, but I don't think Notre Dame traveled well to the Arkansas game at all. There was so few green shirts in the stands, and I think part of that was the 11 a.m. start turned a lot of people off. I mean, when we've been planning this game since 2020, and with my daughter was a student in 2020, so we've had this circled on the calendar, and all my friends were going to come. And literally none of my friends came because everyone was like, well, I don't want to travel. I mean, the Friday night event was incredible. But, I mean, my friends who did come, their tailgate was from 8:45 a.m. until 10:15.
Yeah, that sucks. And you have not even a 2-hour tailgate.
Yeah.
You know how much we like to tailgate, so,
I know, and it's like, I feel bad for the Notre Dame fans because the people who did go to Arkansas didn't really get to experience anything of Arkansas unless they went and toured campus on Friday. You didn't really see anything on Saturday, and then the game was over and everybody left. And I mean, we didn't even stay in Fayetteville after the game. We went back to Bentonville. So I don't know. The whole thing just was weird, and I wish it would have been like even a 2:30 start would have been way better than 11 a.m.
Yeah, those 11 a.m. starts are just rough. I mean, I had a little get together here. We had Bloody Marys and whatnot, but yeah,
I like it for the simple fact it's like you're done, and by 2:33, it's like, okay, cool. I don't have to be stressed out or antsy the rest of the day waiting for a night game or.
Well,
it's just hard to travel for.
But I can understand it from a player's perspective, and if you're going to the game from a fan perspective, it takes away the experience of the tailgate. And I mean, that's a lot of college football, isn't it?
I
have a question for you. So, this is my first time being back since 2013 to Notre Dame Stadium, and so this is the first time seeing all the new changes and stuff. Do you think the change, obviously, to Jumbotron is great? That's awesome, and they're pumping the sound in. But it still was at times like quiet. We were at the south end zone under the scoreboard or under the Jumbotron, and Purdue was driving, and Evan and I were like, like we're students and we're getting into it, and it's like it's so quiet around. Like I don't know. Do you think the new it's beautiful and it's awesome and stuff, but what do they take out, like 5,000 seats or something like that because they add with the new boxes? I mean, is it more of a nursing home than it used to be, or is it just?
I don't think so. I was talking to people this weekend who were at the A&M game, who had also been at the playoff game versus Indiana, and they said at the A&M game it was the loudest that they'd ever heard Notre Dame Stadium.
Awesome.
So,
awesome. Yeah,
we saw how the Indiana game was because that place was rocking. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, you would like to think so. I mean, that's the first playoff game ever. Like, I mean, I would hope they would be rocking. Well, that's good.
And maybe Purdue just wasn't as loud because it was Purdue, and you had weather issues, and
And you're what 1-0-2 too. So that's fair. That's very fair.
So what else are we gonna talk about this game, Dennis? What do you got on the?
it's just good. It's just good to see. I like that Freeman is like I get from his presser yesterday and everything. He's still mad. Like you can see he's not given any kind of like, he didn't throw ass under the bus or anything like that. But I guess, and I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember his exact words, but it was more or less like he kind of got the message, like wake the F up.
Yeah.
And I think hopefully they have. I think Leonard Moore is still going to be questionable, but that's fine. Like save him for the stretch. If we do make the playoffs, I'd rather have him fresh for the playoffs than needing him against, if they're okay. Some of the, I don't know. You could tell when they rush that it confuses them. There was a lot of times still. I wish they would have put more pressure on the quarterback, and hopefully they will. The Boise State running back is pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to get into that here shortly with that team. You want to do that now?
Yeah, let's go. It was almost a perfect game, and I'm very happy for the win. The defense still needs to improve. Keep improving. If they get better every week, fantastic. Maybe they only give up 12 points and only 375 yards or something like that. That would be awesome. Just better every week. I don't want to see them give up, have that moral victory, and then they give up, we win the game 30-29, and they still give up 20. I don't want to give up 29.
Yeah, because they gave up 379 total yards during that game too. So that's still a lot of yardage.
It's still a lot of yards, and it's definitely,
Sorry,
it's more Bob Diaco-esque. I can't stand the philosophy of bend but don't break. Why just not break at all? I never understood that. I mean, I know sometimes you don't have the talent to play up and where you're at in your program and stuff, but I don't think you should have that mentality as a defensive coordinator. Like, oh, we'll give up yards. It's like a participation trophy or something. Here you go. It's just no, man. You want to shut everybody down. Like I just think that's what it should be.
And
even at the beginning of the Arkansas game, like when Arkansas came out and we're rolling, I'm like, oh, it's going to be a long day today. I mean, at the very beginning, I'm like fire ash. Like I'm over it,
They had 4 drops against our defense or something like that.
Right. That's just it. And they had opportunities.
Yeah. They just blew everything that was in front of them.
I mean, they just need to come out and smash people. Like, like you said, we shouldn't be, let's give them a little. No, everyone should just be smashed. Like,
Golden was able to do it for 3 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not like we have a huge personnel difference. Like,
no, not at all.
That's what Notre Dame does. We play smash mouth football. Let's do it.
Agreed. Yeah, you said it perfectly.
So before we get into the Boise State game, just kind of want to go over some of the games this past week. I mean, you had Penn State lose at home to Oregon. You had LSU lose to Ole Miss, which actually Heather, Rick, and I all picked Ole Miss before that started. That was awesome. And then, like you said, Illinois beat USC. So was there a big game this past weekend that stood out to you? Because to me, with Penn State losing that at home in the whiteout game was huge, especially for Oregon. We'll start.
I'm so happy to see LSU lose. We literally left dinner. We were in the square in Bentonville, and we were walking to this microbrewery, and I saw the game, and I was like, "Oh, hold on, stop!" Because it was like 2 minutes left in the game, and I'm like, "Go get a table. I'll be there in a minute."
That's awesome. Yeah, that was awesome watching Ole Miss just stomp on the neck of Brian Kelly, and him getting all red faced again is hilarious.
It's amazing.
God, he'll never freaking learn.
Yeah, well,
I enjoy him losing way too much. It's
weird for me because all us Notre Dame cats want to. Yeah, I know Kelly couldn't do it, but would we be where we are now if it wasn't for Brian Kelly? Let's not forget, 5 years in a row, that man gave us 10-win seasons. We hadn't seen something like that since Lou Holtz.
Yep.
So I know he couldn't win a big game, and he faltered in the playoffs, but he got us to where we're at in this moment now. So my thing is, I mean, Lane Kiffin, come on. Like, I don't like
Lane
I
Kiffin?
certainly hope none of you like Lane Kiffin. I mean, the only saving grace with that is Charlie Weiss Jr. is the offensive coordinator for Ole Miss. But, you know, I mean, it's cool to see LSU lose because were they really, you know, that when they beat who they beat early on Clemson, obviously that wasn't a huge victory now.
Now it isn't.
But I think the more the you know, everybody's ready to crown Alabama the national champs again, and they're back. When they just wanted Kalen DeBoer fired, you know, last week and
3 weeks ago, yeah.
I mean, yeah, they beat Georgia, and Georgia might be down. They beat them, but Georgia rallied back. You know, what was it, 24-21? They're not. It's not like they blew them out of the Athens, Georgia. And then, is the whiteout that intimidating?
Obviously not.
No,
I mean,
don't think
not
so.
only that, but another Franklin. I mean, let's face facts. We all 4-21, and they had the whiteout, but then they want all this and this. My man had 3 games, 3 tune-ups to get ready for this. They have 1 game on the schedule, right? This game. They couldn't even get him up for this game when you had 3 preseason games basically, Nevada, Villanova, and somebody else, and that's how you perform. Like, was Drew Aller the answer? Because that cat at Missouri now, Bo Pribula, was the QB at Penn State. So I'm thinking maybe you want your money back on Drew Aller, because this is very similar to the way he lost to Notre Dame, throwing an interception on the last play of the game. And then seeing spoiled children lose to Illinois is awesome. You know,
It's always good.
So.
Yeah, so games this week that I'm looking at, I got number 16 Vandy at Alabama, number 3 Miami at 18 Florida State. Miami should handle that. But then number 7 Penn State's at UCLA. Even though UCLA is kind of reeling, that might be a little trap game for them. I don't know if anybody has looked to the schedule this week, but not as big as last week, that's for sure.
Evan, that UCLA team is not good. There's no trap there.
I already said that.
There's no trap. Penn State's going to smash them. Come on, dude.
Okay. We'll see.
They fired their coach. They got like the highest rated QB in the country out of the
portal. Nico at quarterback. Come on.
Come on, man.
I know. Lisa, any other games that, you know, kind of on your docket that you might be watching?
Well, not this weekend, but if you look one further, Indiana plays Oregon.
Yes, at Oregon.
Yeah. Is it this weekend or next?
No. I think it's one more. Yeah.
One more. And that's at Oregon?
Or at Oregon.
Let's see how good Indiana is.
I hope Signetti brings his ashtray, because Lucky Strike, Paul Mall, Signetti might get burned out, man. Because Indiana's they're good, but like, come on, man.
They're not Oregon good.
Yeah. Like, Oregon really showed a lot, because usually Oregon's whole thing is they move the ball, but their defense is whatever. But, man, their defense is really good.
Well, and Indiana has a bye this week, so, I mean, maybe that helps them.
Yeah.
But I still don't know that they have what it takes to beat Oregon.
At Oregon, that's going to be the tough one. So
yeah, isn't that one of the toughest places to play, Eugene, at night? Like, and this is what I want a little harp on, because, you know, how much I love ESPN. How does is it at Miami, the Miami-Florida State game, or is it in Florida State?
It's in Florida State.
So how can you pick game day for Alabama and Vanderbilt over Florida State and Miami? Because it's the SEC, and I get they're you know, ESPN is basically the SEC network, or vice versa, whatever.
Yeah, but that is kind of questionable.
Yeah, right.
And they were just at Miami 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
Yeah, at Miami, but the game is at Florida State, so game day would be at Florida State.
True.
They just had Florida on back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, you're right.
And
there.
Florida's 1-3. So everything's SEC. I hope game day never comes back. I don't want McAfee anywhere near Notre Dame campus.
I do. I'm good. So we're going into our predictions. We'll get into what we're expecting on this game. So this week, Boise State's coming to Notre Dame. It's a 2:30 p.m. Central Time, 3:30 Eastern game. The spread is Notre Dame is the favorite at 20.5 points. Total over-under is 64.5. And you got some interesting players on this Boise State team. I'm looking at 5'10" quarterback Maddox Madsen has 29 yards passing, 9 touchdowns and 1 interception. And then the running backs are pretty damn good too. They got Dylan Riley and Sire Gaines all have over 230 yards rushing. Let's look at Lisa. What do you see with this game coming up in terms of what you're expecting and what you think we can do?
I mean, I know Boise's won a bunch of games, but I still don't feel like they've played anyone significant beyond South Florida, right? And then they lost to them. So,
Yep, Eastern Washington, Air Force, and Appalachian State.
yeah, I mean, none of that really impresses me. So I think Notre Dame should have no problem with Boise. I mean, I think the offense is going to continue to roll. And this is probably a good week for the defense to continue improving. Like you said, as long as they improve a little every week, I think that's good. But, light it up, throw to everybody, give Price and Love the runs. And I mean, I would hope they run up the score big this weekend.
Do you have a score prediction or do you not do those?
I mean, I'll probably go a little conservative, but I'll say 42-10 Notre Dame.
Whoa! Wow! The defense coming alive. I love it.
Let's do it. I mean,
10, I'll take 10.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Hello.
I'm going to go next. So I'm looking at also not only at the running backs, but the wide receivers at Boise State. Latrell Caples, Chris Marshall, Ben Ford, and Matt Lauder, the tight end there, are all getting catches. So they have a 4-head monster kind of with Caples actually running the thing. Maddox Madsen, the quarterback at 5'10". Obviously, he's a far cry from what we played last week, 6'6", 230 pounds. So he's a little bit different in terms of size, but I figure he's going to end up running the ball a lot too. Our defense, and you pointed it on, this is kind of where they need to. They turned the corner last week against Arkansas. They need to keep that momentum going, which you can't have momentum in back-to-back games. It's each game is what
You think they turned the corner on defense?
No, I think they already did, but I think they're going to keep it going, keep the momentum going. And
I don't think they turned the corner. I think they're approaching the corner.
Okay.
I mean, 370 yards, you just said, right?
Yeah, 364 yards or whatever it was.
What
Correct.
they averaged last year?
This isn't last year. This is 2025.
Dude,
I'm just saying, you can't. I get where you're coming from.
Okay, whatever.
But I have Notre Dame winning this game 49-24 this week. So I have 24 points on the defense. Dennis, what do you see?
I think I don't know. I still. I'll pick Notre Dame to win. I don't know. I'm still yet to if the defense can. I like what Lisa's score is, but I wonder if we can hold him down. I don't know. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. I don't know what we're gonna get. Like, because they've been saying all the cool coach speak for every week now, and they regressed. Obviously, we took a step forward this week, or last week, I should say. I don't know. So I need more proof that Ash is going to be able to do this. That's I'm not.
I think they should be excited though. Like Boise's a team we don't really see. I mean, I think the guys should be excited for a game like that. And maybe that gives them a little more of a spark, because they do struggle at home, but maybe facing a team like Boise makes them hyped and come out ready to smash somebody.
Yeah, it's like, how do you get – it's like what – yeah, it's a good thing. Like, is this the Boise with the Statue of Liberty play, against Oklahoma however many years ago?
2008?
And the Boise that they were in the playoffs last year. I mean, Madsen was a playoff quarterback. Yeah. Let's face facts. But that was last year, so silly of me. And I just I don't know. I want to take the bait, and I want to say they're going to win 48-0. This score is just me throwing out a number, but I still think the Notre Dame offense is like they're really getting going. They're excelling at a really, really nice clip, and Carr looks like he's been playing forever. So I'll say Notre Dame's they'll get their 40. They'll get their 48 points. I'll definitely go with that. But they'll probably give up like, I don't know. I'll say 20. I don't know, 21. 3 touchdowns. I don't know.
I have 49-24. You have 48-21. Not bad.
So, not bad.
I
still am a little leery on that score too. I don't know. I don't know. I want to see. Give me 2 games in a row, 3 games in a row. This NC State, because they should wallop NC State, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then get ready to put the beat down on Spoiled Children and Muppet Riley. And then I'll be like, all right, maybe now the defense turned the corner. I need more proof.
Okay. Something I want to discuss, obviously, Dennis, you and I were texting earlier. Your coach speak that
yeah, I was trying to have a good pun and I fell on my face trying to be cute and clever, but I found what I was trying to say. And I was just shaking my head like, what does that even mean?
So let's explain it to Lisa on what we're discussing. You want to tell them?
Oh, yeah. So like in a presser a couple weeks ago, like when they were trying to have answers for and I know the coach speak is coach speak, and you know they're not linguists and they're football coaches and they're not winning laureate prizes and all that jazz and stuff. But I couldn't, like, he said something a couple weeks ago and I just was like, what is it? And here he said they need to play with clarity and velocity. And I was just like, what the F does that even mean? Like
speed.
Yes, I know I know I got a thesaurus and all that jazz.
It's
but
the wording.
It sounds so dumb.
But
like
how do you play
clarity?
What does that mean?
Are we going on a SWAT mission?
And so Dennis said that, and I said it's basically the line from Friday Night Lights. It's like
yeah.
And that's what I said.
I know what it means. I get it. But why can't he just say that then? Why can't he just say, like, we need to be clear with the focus and go out there and play, you know, aggressively like he did? I don't know. Clarity and velocity. I was just like, what are we doing? Like, and then the other week it was tactical, and I was like, what are we, SWAT team? I was like, what is tactical? And I have to look this up so I don't come across as an idiot, to make sure I get the definition of the words right, and to see. I know they can, you know, you can put words in here but just say just say it then. Just say we need to go out there with clear heads and full hearts or whatever. You know, just say it. We already have nomenclature for it. It's like walk off. I hate to say it again, but walk off. You know, I was watching Monday Night Football last night, and she's like, how do you feel about they had 2 walk-off field goals? And I'm like, oh, my God. When did it become walk-off field goal? It's game-winning. Anyway.
Yeah, it's just funny crap that Dennis and I go through.
I just can't take it anymore, because you're trying to sound like smart and, you know, like, and you don't sound smart.
Falls flat.
Yeah. You're just waiting for him to drop like the buzzwords like we need to have more agility and
physicality.
Overcome adversity and
I get it. But
like Dennis says, that word physicality being used in football, well, that's what the game is.
Isn't it always physical? They gotta have physicality, and just the way that every other word. I'm just like, boy, I can't watch this. I did not watch 1 minute of game day. I can't watch it.
Too bad. Good.
So they did a piece on Jeremiah Love. Have you watched it?
Did they? I'll watch it. I'll go back to YouTube and watch that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, they had Freeman live on the field before the game and talking about the cologne he's wearing. Or at least that was one of the questions that was asked.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, they did.
Who asked him that?
Fowler, and he wouldn't answer it. He's like, you're asking me about cologne when I'm preparing for a game?
I digress.
You're right there.
The prosecution rests, Your Honor. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah, some of these questions you're just like, really?
I think they're trying to loosen them up, but you know, sometimes it just falls flat. Like that did not hit at all. And Freeman's like, what are you asking me? So yeah. All right, Lisa, what do you have coming up? Obviously, you were talking about a book that might be coming out in 2027. What do you have out now that we can go to? Obviously, give your information.
Yeah. So I have 3 nonfiction books about different Notre Dame athletes. I have a cookbook where 50 football players and coaches gave me their favorite recipes. Yeah,
Demolishes.
And I wrote a children's book about my dog Clover. And
Oh,
her
I got that
I
adventures
remember
somewhere.
that.
at Notre Dame in a football stadium. So, yeah, I've picked up the habit of making jewelry while I watch football
Damn.
because I'm so nervous. I need to do something with my hands. So I built a brand new website during the off season, and I pulled all of my blog posts from my original blog, which is 400
Holy cow.
articles,
Wow.
and everything's now in my new website. So you'll be able to see everything I've written basically since 2009. You'll be able to see all my books. You'll be able to look at the jewelry that I'm nervously making and selling on Etsy. So the new website is kind of like everything in one place. And my husband has a couple businesses, and I've kind of put that in the fold of my website too, so you can check out our zoo and our
What's
theater
the website
and stuff.
again?
So yeah, it's lisaannkelly.com. It's my name.
I love it.
I gotta see your the
How
jewelry.
can the chef get a copy of the cookbook? Hello?
Yeah, go to my website. And then if you use the code free ship, if your viewers use the code free ship, they'll get free shipping. And then everything bought off my website is signed personally by me. And then I also have links to, if you want to buy it on Amazon or
No, I'd rather
any of
support
those,
you. Bezos doesn't need any
typical.
more
Directly,
money.
yeah. I direct to her.
But I give everyone all the options, I mean.
Awesome. Hey, Lee,
Any
do you know
which
what
way
helps
you
me
wanna
on
buy it.
Saturday? I mean, I'll start making jewelry. The old devil's lettuce helps. Left-handed cigarettes. Well, just drink. I'm talking about, so this is just a cute tongue-in-cheek joke. I don't expect you to get high, but that helps me.
Hey, I'm a brewmaster's daughter, so I drink a lot of beer. So, yeah.
Well, Lisa, again, thank you for a kind of a late jump on.
Thank you, Lisa, so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So I will be at Notre Dame the Friday afternoon of USC weekend. I'm signing books. And then I will be at Notre Dame Friday afternoon of Syracuse weekend. So if you go on my website, all my events and times and places are listed on there.
Look at you. And definitely, hopefully, are you going to be at the Navy game by chance?
I'm not. I have a work trip.
Because I know Heather and I will be there. So that's why I was seeing if you'd be there. But yeah, I'm trying to get Dennis out to at least one more game. But then again, my schedule for the next month is crazy as heck. So yeah, it's kind of tough to get out. I kind of want to go to the Pittsburgh game at Pitt.
Oh, yeah. I was born in Pittsburgh and all my family's there. So I'd really like to do that. But it's literally the only weekend I'm home in November.
So,
I'm like,
I think it's November 15th. That's Dennis's birthday week.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Oh, yeah, the 13th. Well, yeah, hopefully. I mean, I thought Pitt was going to be a little bit better this year, but I guess I was wrong there. I mean, they had 2 preseason All-Americans and stuff, but I mean, let's face facts. Narduzzi is just a poor man's Jane Franklin. So,
yeah. Well, again, for Dennis Stover, Lisa Kelly, I'm Evan J. Thomas. Find us everywhere. We are ND Nation, and our website, wearendnation.com. Until next week, go Irish.
Go Irish.
Go Irish.
Thanks, Lisa.